Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is your Jawbers, Jawbers. With me is Mr. Big D. How you doing, Mr. Big D?
Just wait.
Whatever you just said. What did you say?
Said I'm great.
Oh, okay.
Great.
I heard.
I'm just great. How are
You
you?
just great. In my mind, like I didn't exactly hear what you said, so I thought maybe he just kind of like mumbled, "Get up." Oh
Yeah.
man. Speaking of get up, this is so we're watching. This is GJay Miles versus Xavier Thorn from Macon Backyard Wrestling, also known as MBW. This is MBW Rampage Episode 1. GJay Miles versus Xavier Thorn, champion versus champion match, MEW and U.S. Championship. We watched these guys 2 weeks ago, and they provide a lot of fun. This was my choice today. They provided a lot of entertainment for me, for both of us. I feel, considering our ratings, and I just want to say that I would like to officially dub this the official Rumble in the Jungle, because this is like literally in I would say somewhere in some Carolinas, wouldn't you say?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh, so we have GJ Miles, the little smaller, skinnier guy in a green jacket and stained pants. Um, and then we have Xavier Thorn, who is a bigger guy, uh, whose pants were falling off this whole match. But
Hard.
definitely
It's hard to see him though.
the pants.
No, it's hard to see Xavier Thorn.
Why? Oh, cause
He's,
he
he's got the
he's
camouflage.
yeah he's yeah
Yeah.
yep. He's got a little more of a desert camouflage, but hey, when he stands next to a tree, I can't tell the difference.
Yeah.
Oh, so thoughts, man? What did you think before I go crazy?
It was definitely entertaining. We, I mean, we watched the whole thing, so that's good.
20 minutes. It went by pretty fast.
Yeah,
Uh,
from the 6 minute mark to the 16-minute mark, so the middle 10 minutes.
yeah.
It went by pretty quick. Yeah.
I gotta say, so
Yeah.
I know you did backyard wrestling. It sounds like you guys had a few people, so it wasn't just you and another dude wrestling.
Right.
Um,
We
we
had two, four. We probably had like 10 people.
Oh, that's nice. Because for a
Yeah.
long time it was just my buddy and I. That was it. And we didn't have a cameraman. So this MBW Rampage episode 1, there's no cameraman. Even though they talk shit to the cameraman.
You got, you
Uh,
got, you got to sell it.
that's right. They sold it. They sold an extra man there. That's for sure. This brings me to brings me to some good memories of my backyard wrestling years, and it was just my buddy and I, and we did the same thing these guys are doing. They count their own pins, so there's no referee. They have no cameraman, and they forget spots, and and they make calls. Some of the calls they made were very overt. Let's put it that way. But with that,
But a lot of them there weren't.
a lot of them we didn't know. I was gonna say
Yeah.
with that there was so much. There was charm. Maybe not what they want to hear, but there was definite charm here. Uh, and you can tell they enjoy freaking wrestling, man.
Yeah.
They want to experience it. And I tell you what, this match, like overall, it had a pretty easy to follow story that made sense,
hmm
and they didn't
We didn't really,
overcomplicate things.
we didn't really know who was who until the end.
That's our gripe every time. Well, so far, what we watched in backyard wrestling is there were no entrances, so that was harder. But you need to make sure to just let everyone know in every video, in every separate video that you're recording, who people are that are wrestling. It took almost till the end for GJay to say, you don't like, I forget the exact line, but he said something like, you don't mess with GJay, or yeah, something along those lines. I was like, oh, so the little guy's GJay. Speaking of which, I haven't introduced myself. My name is Max Jaw. At least I introduced you. Um,
Oh,
Dude, this made sense. This match was like the big guy had the advantage. GJay kept coming back and getting some hope spots. He had a little he had a couple of moves. He had a little stint where he was on top in the beginning. Um and I gotta say, there's only one thing, really, the only one thing that bothered me in this whole match, and was Xavier Thorn, for some reason, doesn't know how to sell nut shots. Like, I believe he literally said, like, in the middle of the match after he got nut shutted, and it wasn't supposed to, apparently. So he's like, that's not gonna take me out, or something like that. And it's like, that was a funny spot. It's like, wait a minute, he just got hit in the nuts, bro. And it didn't look like GJay was like holding back. Like, it looked like GJay just, you can hear the jeans just boom. Oh no.
yeah, obviously, you didn't really get hit in the nuts.
Well, it sounded like he did, didn't it?
Yeah.
Aye. This was so fun for me. I think these guys. I'm watching all the episodes, and I think Big D's gonna have to suffer through these with me. This is the very first episode, way before the ring. They look like they're wrestling in the jungle, and at one point in time, and I guess we can start with the match. But one point in time, it says somebody yelled, "What are you all doing back there?"
there's obviously people somewhere because they're looking that direction anyways.
Yeah, they're
But
walking.
yeah, but it's like, I don't know, like, what do you do when people don't know what you're doing? See you. They
The-
think like they might really think like you're in a fight or something. Like,
There's some dude just nonchalantly walking by, say, "What are you all doing back there?"
I mean, I'm sure. Did you have to deal with that at all?
Oh God, yes.
You know,
Oh yeah, we had neighbors like checking
right?
over and shit, looking over the fence, going like, "What the fuck is going on?" Oh,
Yeah.
but
And we
it's like,
did most of ours at school. So like we had to like really like make sure like, I mean, this, we probably did.
well,
We made
they're
it. We made it.
you made it look good, so people were worried. Is that what you're saying?
No, we just didn't want to get in trouble. So
But
we did pretty good in like not being seen.
um, well, it's hard when you do backyard wrestling, but these guys are definitely somewhere in the woods. They set up a some sort of mat. I don't even know what it is,
I'm not
and
sure what it is.
and then they're going at it. Two of them. They obviously love wrestling, and they remind me of my buddy and I. And I tell you what, man, I had so much fun. And it was basically, the gist of the match was Xavier Thorn was pretty much, so he was the heavyweight champion, and GJay Miles was like the hardcore champion. Let me check. Let me just make sure we got the right. He is the U.S. champion. All right, so he's the U.S. champ, and Thorn is kicking his ass, and Miles. Okay, we'll call him Miles. GJay Miles. So Miles is getting his ass whooped. He's eating some boots. He's eating some knees. He even got an ankle DDT.
Well, DDT.
Boom! And he sold that for a long time.
He did.
and they
I'm starting to question where the hardest part of the ring is.
I think this what you saw, their whole mat was the hardest part of the ring.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so props for that. Uh, so he keeps selling. So he did a spear. All right. First I want to say, for some reason these guys, it's like they're new at this. It sounds like they're getting started, and they keep saying get up. So they nail each other with like a fucking devastating maneuver, and then they want that like they instantly start calling for them to get up. And so there's a lot of get up, get up. I don't think we had a get up counter, but we should. Because I would say probably, what would you say? Probably about 15 to 20 get ups.
Say more than that.
I'm trying to be conservative here.
Oh well, I'm trying to be honest.
It's true. It's true. I just didn't want to oversell it. Um, and the little, so Miles, I keep calling him little guy because I didn't know what his name was. So I thought it was awesome when like they just forget a spot, and so it's like it's Xavier's supposed to be on offense, and Miles is like, don't know, you gotta hit me. So I could look through all of that though. I don't know about you, but it was just like it was
I mean,
still so
I can
entertaining.
look through everything really.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just
I
like
mean, I do want to point out with all the get ups, I'm not saying that was a bad thing. So it really didn't bother me. It was entertaining.
it was entertaining, but the reason I'm talking about get ups is because Miles really sold things. Some things more than others, but he really sold them. And so when Xavier would try to pick up Miles, Miles would like ragdoll him because it was like, I'm still selling this shit, man. You just fucked me up. I'm selling it. And so I really appreciated that. Miles was really selling some things, and that ankle DDT really got him, man, because he was on the ground for a long time, and we both got worried. We were like, "Oh shit, did he really get hurt?" Um, I think sometimes
Those are devastating, man.
they are devastating. He sold that, but I think he even got Xavier. He got Xavier Thorn too, because I think Xavier checked on him. It's like you can tell when they're like
Yeah,
checking on each other, like, "Oh shit."
right.
Um, but I would like to commend. So Miles did a lot for me in this. He was the underdog. He fought from behind all the way through. He was trying to be a fair play gentleman. Um, he fought all the way through that match, but I would like to commend him for his spears. This guy delivers better spears than I've seen most of WWE, that I've seen at Indies now. He's got a ram spear.
He is not afraid to break his neck.
No, no. He goes head fucking first through the chest, which is, I mean, this guy knows how to spear. Um, maybe he can turn his head to the side, but no, he went face
Yeah,
first.
he went right through
Um,
through the body.
also, yeah. Speaking of the ram spear, the reason I call it the ram spear is because in the middle of the match, Xavier start calling himself the greatest wrestler of all time.
You refer to himself as the goat.
The goat. That's right.
Like, you might be a goat, but I'm a ram.
That's right. And that was your line. You're the one who said you might be a goat, but I'm a ram. And I wrote that down. And sure enough, fucking Miles spears him head first, just boom, right through him. And then he lines him up for another spear, and boom. And then lines him up for a third spear. And he runs for it and gets kicked in the head. So some of those kicks from Xavier are pretty good. Some of them missed, but
Yep.
damn, some of them like the angle. He knows how to throw them. And Miles fucking sold those kicks again. Sold those kicks. This doesn't happen in WWE, man. And Miles sold the kicks. I don't know what to tell you. It's like these guys were more legit for me than the Usos were. I mean, granted, there's a different level here, but damn, I was entertained.
Yeah, that's the most of it. Really, is if you're entertained.
Yeah. Are you entertained? I believe that Miles gave Xavier a stunner at one point in time. And he reversed a choke slam, which he kind of positioned himself in. So Miles literally like, just kind of stood up and he's like, "You're supposed to choke slam me." And so he just kind of like guided Xavier's hand to his throat, all which can be absolutely forgiven. But then Xavier goes to chokeslam Miles, and Miles reverses it into an RKO, which, by the way, that looked great. And it turns out he stole that finisher not from Andy Orton, but from Xavier himself, because that's how he wins the match. Spoilers. Boom. RKO. Xavier on GJay Miles. What did you think about those?
Also, Xavier also landed I did it twice, but there's one really good double armed DDT that didn't nail it.
Mm.
That was good enough. Of
You mean
course, it
Xavier or
resulted
Miles?
in Xavier.
Oh, Xavier looked like he could handle himself in the ring. Miles is
Oh
a
yeah,
little smaller. I believe we see Xavier later. Um, I think Xavier is all throughout. I don't know if I haven't seen Miles, but I don't want to watch him until you and I watch him, so I just kind of
well,
like skip through him.
the rest of the episodes. Okay, I'm like, wait, they're both in this entire match.
And the rest of the
Like,
episodes, I'm sorry. Yes. You're like, wait, did I fucking miss something? Ah, and
but I do know the one we watched. I don't think GJ was. Maybe he was.
I haven't seen GJ, but hey, I'm looking forward to seeing this. And there's definitely more people who join them later. But this is a humble beginning. This reminds me of my backyard wrestling. And then of course, Xavier lands an RKO. He gets the 1, 2, 3 count. Now I did say they were counting for like if they pin somebody, they count 1, 2, 3. And this is exactly what my buddy and I used to do. We used to count our own pins. So I just wrote, if in real life, if I were to count my own pin, like these guys are very kind to each other. They count a very slow 3. It's like 1, 2. If I were like had the wherewithal now or then that I do now, every single one of my fucking matches I would count 1, 2, 3. Boom, win. Fuck this. So I just want to say that they kept it fair, even though they were talking so much shit to each other. It was hilarious that they just kept it fair. And do we want to talk a brilliant turn? I'm sorry, man. I'm like talking all like I got a lot of notes. I'm like super
Oh, it's okay.
excited. I'm taking over this fucking review. Um, what do you got to say? Sorry,
No, I think it's all going
it's
the
all
way that we
G.
want it to.
Dude, like when I saw this, like they're literally doing what my buddy and I did. I
Yeah,
really, I was just soft spot in my heart, and the fact that we could follow the story and they had a simple story in the match, and
yeah, and the story progresses.
that's right, and it's you got the little guy, he's playing the underdog. He nailed Xavier twice in the nuts. Not both times weren't sold, so that was
Well,
kind of like
he attempted about 10 times.
yeah.
And that was just that's his target.
Yeah. Yeah, and Xavier is like, that's just not gonna work on me. You're like, yeah, it's gonna work. It's just not the proper spot. That's really what was happening. It was. I think it was fun. It not funny, but it was fun, and it was funny, but it was fun to see them talk like when you could tell that they're yelling spots to each other or what to do, and it's like okay, so he puts his hand on GJ's head, Xavier does, and then he looks down and he whispers something. Like the whole action stops, and we did this exact thing, so I can. This is awesome. But then he gets to he goes to get up, and you can see GJ go what? So he has to tell him the spot again. Oh god, I was GJ when we backyard wrestled. I couldn't fucking remember a spot to save my life. So my buddy
You're
used to.
alive. You're alive now.
I
So.
am. No, it was because of my friend, because he remembered all the spots. I would like write them on a piece of paper and just stash them in the corner somewhere. And every time I sell, I kind of like walk my ass over to see what the other spot is. Uh, um, I got better when I got older, but man, it's like once there was like pressure to perform, I would like forget spots. Of course, that's it's like how you get better is you keep doing it. But ultimately, for this match, at the very end, GJ loses his U.S. championship, U.S. title. Xavier's talking a lot of shit, and he lifts both titles, and he asks the cameraman to play his music. Now, all of us know there is no cameraman, so there's no music playing. So how does Xavier deal with this, man? It's fucking brilliant.
Checking his pockets. So I was he was looking for like a remote
Yes.
or his phone or what.
It sounded like
Great. I mean, great song too. By the way, I
great.
know that song. I haven't heard
He blamed the cameraman for not knowing what to do, so he can sneak kind of behind the camera and pick a song, which he can still say because he didn't sneak. He can still see because he didn't sneak out all the way behind the camera. So he's just standing there, and he can tell he's picking a
it.
song.
GJ didn't. He forgot how to work it.
Yeah, completely. But I like how he blamed the camera guy for not knowing what to do, so he had to go take care of business himself. That's how you do it. I thought that was brilliant. That by itself deserves 5 toilet paper rolls. Just that action is like, what, you cameraman, you don't know what you're doing? This is brilliant. This dude is brilliant. And then the song was playing, and GJ came by, and he gave him the U.S. title, I believe, and said, "You deserve this," or something like that, and extended his hand. And Xavier, I almost said Xavier Woods, and Xavier Thorn beat the shit out of GJ.
Get out of my ring, bitch. Get out of my ring.
Now, I don't know about you, bro, but I'm in. I'm in. I want to see GJ come back and fucking fuck
Yeah.
up.
Well, I mean, he already called out his next challenger.
Oh, what was his name?
Um,
You're gonna check for us. I did not write that down. I just would like to say that GJ didn't go down without a fight. He did another ram spear. But then, of course, he got caught. He just gets too cocky with these ram spears and gets caught in the head with a kick. But his spears are better than, I'd say, 90% of spears I've seen. So, including me, I used to do a shitty spear. This is a better spear than a spear, any spear I've ever done. So, kudos to you. The ram spear originated by GJ, head first into the fire. Uh, great. Into the fire.
but yeah, we got Xavier Thorne calling out MJ Payne.
MJ Payne. Hey, hey.
MJ Payne. So yeah, that's gonna be on the next episode.
Yeah, on the next episode, we're going to be looking for MJ Payne and see what he's going to do to Xavier.
Wonder if he's related to GJ. GJ.
I hope so. I think actually now Xavier Thorn sounds familiar. I think Xavier Thorn was one of the wrestlers.
Yeah, he got yelled at by
That's right. That was him. That's right. That's right.
the OG
So Xavier Thorn
for hardcore.
is all the way
His name is.
through. That's right, hardcore. That's right. The commissioner or
Yeah,
whatever, the owner, the booker, hardcore.
Mr. Hardcore.
How many toilet paper rolls you giving this, Big D?
Out of how many are we doing? Out of five?
We're doing 5 for the best. We have to shift to our hot dogs, but right now we're still in
Well,
toilet
I
paper.
guess I gotta go with four
Me too, man. Damn it.
because I
Okay.
can't. You can't go all the way up because what if it gets better?
I am I am giving them so I think at this point, at least for me, it's well established that toilet paper rolls for these kinds of matches are going to vary. I am
Right.
going 90% of my judging is purely on the entertaining factor. So, is this match as good as some of the matches we watched in Backyard Wrestling? Absolutely not. However, is it entertaining? Fuck yes. It is for me. And it was nostalgic for me. And I tell you what, even though these guys fucked up, I mean, obviously, all over the place, there were all that stuff. Dude, I had so much fun. I had so much fun with this, and I can see their sincerity, and they just love it. And God, it's so fun to watch. So I'm at 4 toilet paper rolls. So this is on par with shit. Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar type of shit. And you going 4 too, huh? Anything to say on your 4 toilet paper rolls, Big D? Oh no, did we drop Big D? I think we might have dropped. No, he's still around. Unless he's trolling me. Or you just decided to go to the bathroom while we're raiding. Either way, we have lost Big D. I definitely want to hear what he has to say about these 4 toilet paper rolls. But the clock keeps on ticking. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Well, while we wait, see if we can get him back. He might text me and let me know what's up. Or it could be my internet went out. Let's check. Oh, hello. Oh, yeah, I think we've fully lost Big D. Yep. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's we lost Big D. I apologize. He's all the way from New York. You know how that is. I don't think we can fault him for that. Anyways, we are at 8 toilet paper rolls for MBW. This is a championship match, episode 1. So this is MBW Rampage, episode 1. GJay Miles versus Xavier Thorn, champion versus champion match. The humble beginnings, sincere, fun. Love these guys. Props. 4 toilet paper rolls out of 5. That's a lot of shit. They're the shit to clean up. We're going to keep watching and we're going to keep enjoying. I'm sure the curve is going to definitely get steeper with our grading as we progress. But entertainment value so far, Macon Backyard Wrestling. Check them out at Macon. Macon, this is MACON, Backyard Wrestling. That is the name of their YouTube channel, Macon or Mason. We still haven't gotten a reply. We asked. We're going to keep checking in with these guys until they do get in touch with us. Macon, MACON, Backyard Wrestling. That is the YouTube channel. Check them out. These guys are fun. They will definitely entertain you. They have passion. They enjoy wrestling, and they are sincere. my biggest freaking gripe. So between Big D and I, it is 8 out of 10 toilet paper rolls. Thank you for entertaining us, guys. We appreciate you. We're going to keep watching. This was MBW Rampage Episode 1. And we are the Jawbers. That is Jawbers. And check us out at jawbers.com, the Jawbers, or just jawbers.com, and get yourself a shirt or a hoodie. And also support MBW Rampage. Check them out at Macon Backyard Wrestling. That is M. It's like bacon with an M. And from Jawbers, this is Max Jaw. Big D's out. He'll be right back on the next video. From Max Jaw, I bid you adieu.